Good afternoon, traders. Today is for the 1st of October 2019, and the current time is 3:31 p.m. IST. So today's episode is episode 13 for the post-market analysis sponsored by Tradeducation. So before I begin today's market analysis, just like to quickly share a quick disclaimer that trading involves substantial risk and you need to invest or consult before investing. You need to consult with your financial advisor, and it's always risky. And also, the information which I'm sharing through this video is for educational purpose and is only my understanding, and this is mainly a post-market initiative which I have taken, and it cannot be used for any trading purposes. So with that, let me quickly share to what happened today in Nifty, and we'll have a look at it. Just let me go to the daily chart and switching now. So yesterday what I shared was we had this poor lows, so 1, 2, and 3. So this was one of the monitoring reference which I was looking from the daily perspective. Also, if you see the overall auction is in a sort of a balance. So it's in a tight range, indicating that either we will have a breakdown or a breakup. So those were the two scenarios which were going in my mind before, you know, uh, that was the psychology, or that was the overall thinking process. So if I get a break below the balance, then you have to just go with the flow. Also, this weak high, or these are poor lows. Sorry, not weak highs, but the weak lows or the poor lows. Those were a very strong point of references wherein weak buyers were just buying at a particular or a visual level. So that was a very good area to monitor. Also, the volatility is pretty high. So since last 1 week, the volatility is staying in the 150 range, which is okay for option writers, but for option buyers, it's pretty risky. Okay, so let me quickly go to the daily chart. So I would just like to share one area which I was looking, and that is actually where the today's low formed. So I was looking at this particular HVN, and if you, okay, let me draw. Okay, let me delete this. Let me draw in the Ninja Trader only the line. Yeah. So 11,320 or 11,321 was the reference area. This is nothing but the HVN from the July contract. So this is the monthly profile, and I was short. So I was short in the trade, and this is where my exit position was. The reason for getting this, or marking this as my exit position, is only because of this HVN. So I use HVN and LVNs as the entry and exit point. So that is just my way of trading, my area. That's how I do. So let me quickly jump to the daily market profile chart, and let's see what happened yesterday. So yesterday, if you see, we had this weak lows. So the low of the 24th of September, 25th of September, sorry, 26th of September. So, and yesterday is low. So it was pretty obvious. It was a pretty visual reference. So this was one area where I was monitoring. Second is, I was monitoring the high. The yesterday's close, the yesterday's low, and today's the developing point of control. So today I had a couple of trades. So I traded both on the upper side. So I both traded both longs and both short. So let me just share you the analysis of the long trade. So what happened today is, so this is today's open. This is where the market opened, and immediately, so what I was seeing is I was seeing this particular level. This is nothing but the yesterday's close or somewhere above, and then there are this clustered highs of the profile. So when Nifty was, so this was nothing but a fast trade. So this actually happened in like less than 10 seconds. So this is what was happening when it opened, then it went up, then the again auction went down, and the again auction went up. So when this type of development was happening, I just took a took a scalp trade for the longs, targeting the peak of levels. So this was one good trade which I entered. I entered around 9:15, some 45 or some 50 seconds, and I exited around 9:20. So I was 5 minutes in the trade, and once the it touched the peacock level, so once this it touched the peacock level, and this is where I again went short. The reason, okay, so this was a very risky trade because other area which I was looking at. So first thing is, if you see today's open, okay, so this is the yesterday's range or yesterday's value area. This is the yesterday's range, the high and low. So when A period was forming, I was actually monitoring this level and this high, whether the option is trying to reach there. So what I did is I exited my longs and then I entered my shorts, keeping my if it reached this value area high, so that was my stop loss. So if the auction reaches there, then we might see a continuation. Luckily today it did not happen and the auction turned reversed. So that is what I was looking at. So I again entered a short trade here and keeping my target of the peacock level of yesterday's profile, which was again achieved in the B period. So this were the two trades which I took, and I was able to generate about 3 to 5% of profits uh, compared to yesterday where I lost 25%. So I still have 20% more to whether to bring in. Whether I'll be able to do it or not, I don't know. But what I need to do is I need to control my emotions, I need to control my risk, and I need to take small trades or take only few trades, not to enter and exit or not to overtrade. So that is what I did today. So I entered one long and I entered one short. After this, what happened is the auction again came back to the previous day's high. So this gave me a sort of confidence that this will go higher. One more thing, which I was monitoring is, let me take you to the volume profile chart of the Nifty. So this is what I was looking at. So this is the volume point of control. So when the auction got rejected and it came back again, the value area lows. This was a good trade location to take a long, targeting the value area high, which did not happen. There were multiple times, the auction tried to stay above the point of control, but it failed miserably. And then we saw this reversal and tagging the weak lows, this low, and this low, and filling the gap which we had for the corporate tax rate cut announcement. So today again the markets now again have balanced. So the gap which we had. Okay, so let me take you to the daily chart. There you will be able to see the gap more prominently. So the gap which I'm talking of is this gap. Oh, sorry, not this gap. My mistake. The gap which I'm talking of is this gap, this small gap. So that got filled today. Uh, Let me go back to the market profile chart, and yeah. So this was giving me a sort of confirmation that the auction is going higher, and then failure to take it higher up, and it just moved down or the auction reverse. And I did had a conviction that it would take if the auction reverse and if it stayed below yesterday's high, below yesterday's close. Also, the prominent or the developing point of control was below the yesterday's high and yesterday's close. So this gave me strong biasness or strong confirmation to take a shot, targeting the highs of this. I did took the trade, but I did not target them, but I target the lows. The lows were based, so I was able to identify the lows based on this volume profile chart, based on this HVN level. So I took three trades today, and I would say that my confidence, which I lost yesterday, I have it back now. But again, I need to trade safely and manage my risk. So this was what my trade thinking process was for trading with market profile. From VSA also we got a couple of good trade locations wherein you could have entered. Uh, and so here I don't know why the candles are not showing, maybe some data issue, but so they were very good, and this was an HVN level. So rejection to that HVN level, you just go with the flow. So this was pretty good trade. I think pretty good trading day today. Whoever traded today Nifty. Let me quickly go to the Bank Nifty chart. So in Bank Nifty, I did not look at it. I was just focusing on Nifty. So one thing to note here is yesterday the gap which was there, it got filled, and now we are seeing a continuation, which is pretty good sign. So buyers are not doing a good job, sellers are doing a good job, and we are seeing a one-time framing downwards for the last 3 days. So let me go through the uh, market profile chart. So what currently is happening is, so the spike, the Friday spike, there are a lot of anomalies, a lot of single prints, and this is what is happening. This is what the levels, what they are getting cleared, and I'm expecting to further clear this entire single print range, and again the market will try to balance. So overall, if you see in theory, this is nothing but the auction went higher to find sellers. Sellers stepped in at this level. So we have this sort of excess, and then sellers gain control, and now they are currently trying to push the market down. Now the auction is moving downwards. So when the auction moved downwards, it is doing nothing but it is trying to find buyers. Uh, so also there are this HVNs, a lot of HVNs, so a lot of anomalies for the Friday's profile, the 28th September profile. So let's see whether we are seeing further more continuation to the downside, or maybe we see some sideways balancing activity. So I did not trade it Bank Nifty, but this is what my analysis was. I was also looking at the Reliance chart. So Reliance, what is happening is it is again on a daily time frame, it is one time framing higher. And yesterday I shared that the scenario of inventory going long to too long. So we might see a sort of correction, and that sort of auction development happened today. So from the from the market profile chart, these were the monitoring references. Also, this point of control. So what happened was A period and B period, we had this poor lows, and the auction again came back above this reference level, and it did not take out the A high or the IB high, initial balance high, and then it a sort of exhaustion was seen, looking indicating a reversal. Once it cleared this particular reference level, that's where it's a good trade location to target the lows, and today it achieved that. And now I'm seeing furthermore continuation to the downside, clearing this all these references which are seen in the Reliance chart, in the Reliance future chart. So that is what I am anticipating in the Reliance, because today there was a big sell-off. Sellers did pretty good control, and the auction is in their favor. So we will be back to this balancing range. So I think 1300 and 1275 or 1270. So we'll be seeing the Reliance to be back again in this trading range, and then we will get a confirmation whether the auction will go up or whether it will go down. So this is what I was observing in Reliance. Now let me take to crude oil. So one thing which I noticed in crude oil is, I'd just like to share this. Crude oil, again it's one time framing lower. Again the inventory is going short to too short. So I'm anticipating some changes or some movement to happen, because from the price action perspective, these are clustered lows. So we will tag this, and then we will have a reversal. So let me quickly go to the daily chart and share what I was looking at. So let me keep this here. So currently we are in the overnight session. What is happening in the overnight session is, my reference areas were the US session high, US session low, also the spike base, the point of control, And there were two HVNs. So one HVN, the second HVN is the point of control. There was this third HVN. So what I was looking at is we saw, so when the auction developed, let me maximize this a bit, then we will get more clarity. So let me redraw the reference level. So this was the reference level. So when the A, B, and C period formed, what I was seeing is a sort of rejection was happening at this level. When I saw this type of setup developing, I did not took a trade because what is happening is nothing but weak sellers or weak players. They are just shorting the market, and they were able to take down the market down by from 30.75 to 30.55. So for 20 points, they were able to take the market auction down. But I did not trade that. What I was looking for is to auction to again come back within the US session range. Once it came back to the yesterday's low or the US session low, that's where it's a good trade location, keeping the target of the PFOC. So if you entered somewhere at this level, this would be, let me zoom it again. This level would be 38.75, and right now it's 38.94. So it's a good 30 points move, sorry, no, 20 points move, but I am expecting this to again go higher and clear this PFOC level, the reference level. Let me zoom out, shrink this. And this is what I'm expecting. So if we see failure, so what will happen is the auction will reach this level, and then again we will see a reversal. If we see such type of development happening, then the target would be today's low, because today's low is over lows. So we will be taking out in the US session, and let's see whether we see any more continuation to the downside, or whether we are seeing any reversal. So that is what I'm looking crude oil from the market profile chart. And with that, I would like to thank you, and I would like to say, please do subscribe to my channel, and please do share your feedback, your analysis. One more thing before I end this today's session, I would like to share one thing is. I'm getting a lot of inquiries for the training. So right now I'm working on my own experiment of targeting or achieving the goal of making 1% every day. So this is a 4 month plan, or I would say a 24-week plan. So at the moment I am on in week 10. So what I'm thinking is, once I'm able to finish this experiment, then maybe I will be in a better position to give training, because I'm thinking to keep this as part of my training, wherein I'll be sharing a trade plan, and I'll be sharing how you can monitor your trades and how you can make your trading career in the next 4 months or in the next 24 weeks. So what I'm doing is nothing but I started tracking on 29th of July, and I started with 10,000 rupees, keeping my target as 1%. So 1% of 10,000 is 100 rupees. So daily profit, or this should be what you should take away. So this is what my plan is, and this is what has actually happened. So what my plan for after 24 weeks, I need to achieve this much, then only I will be giving the training. Or else, see, if I'm not able to prove myself right, then what is the point of giving the training? So that is my thought process. So at the moment, so yesterday I lost 25%. Right now I'm still in the negative range, in the minus 22%. Overall, I'm in profits. But I am trying to reach my target, which I have set, which is nothing but 120%. So 120% of 10,000 capital for 120 trading days. So once I am able to achieve that, then only it will give me additional confidence and additional, I would say, confirmation that yes, if I'm able to achieve it, then any retail trader can achieve it. So this is ending on 10th of January. So maybe post Uttarayan, or post the 26th January, or Republic Day, then I will be in a better position to give you the training or start the training. So at the moment, I will be sharing only my daily analysis, and I'll be also sometimes I'll be sharing how much how I achieve, whether am I on the right path or not. So that is what my overall plan and overall goal is. With that, I'm ending this stream, and I would like to thank you again. And please do share your comments, and do let me know your feedback. With that, thanks, and bye for now.